a new fusion coming to Raid, and it could possibly be the one that you've been waiting for. Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. Raid has put out a short and a teaser to let us know what the next fusion is going to be, and we actually have the skills to look at. So the first thing we need to do is take a look at this short video that they have put out. Let's go ahead and watch what they've actually put out. I feel like this got a lot of people already excited just from seeing this. If you know, then you'll know. Anytime they do these, they are super duper epic. And looking at the comments, then if you didn't know, should get it. I feel like if you've been playing Raid for a while, then it will make sense. But essentially, people are super excited and saying, finally, yes, what I've been waiting for. It's about time, Plarium. And just really, everybody's excited for those that have been waiting for this fusion. So we need to go ahead and actually take a look and dive into this. Now, of course, the reason that people are actually excited is because this is the Hound that people have been waiting for when it comes to a fusion. Hound that players have been asking for. Now, if you've been following my journey along in Raid, then by the time I came along, I wasn't sure what all of that meant. And now that this champ has been kind of, I guess, teased and half released to us with the skills, I get it. Because this is the one that you guys have been waiting like a year for, because it is a fusion companion. So they had a fusion going on last year and essentially teasing the fact that there would be a Hound coming. And I swear every single fusion, I see comments like, where's the Hound? I've been waiting for it, been waiting. So you guys have been waiting super patiently for this, and hopefully you are excited by the skills. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the skills first. So first thing, we need to take a look at these skills. I'm gonna run through them and then we'll give some thoughts. So Aura increases ally attack in all battles by 30%. Hound Tyrant attacks all enemies. This attack will deal single target damage to each target individually rather than AoE damage. This will ignore reflect damage buffs, pain link debuffs, and ally protection buffs. Now, the attack also deals double damage when counterattacking if Packmaster is on the team. Festering Jaw attacks all enemies, places an extra hit on enemies under 2 or more debuffs, which is nice, has a 75% of placing a leech debuff, 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns, and they actually cannot be resisted if Packmaster is on the team. Now, going into Dominant Predator, attacks an enemy, it's going to ignore 50% of the target's defense, as well as Life Barrier and Poison Cloud buffs, and effects that will redirect attacks, damage, and debuffs to another target. That is really nice. Repeats this attack once if Packmaster is on the team. And we do have a passive, increases this champion's attack by 5% when killing an enemy or decapitating a Hydra head. Stacks up to 25%, and the champion's attack is actually going to increase by 10% when attacking an enemy or decapitating Hydra head instead if Packmaster is on this same team. Stacks up to 50%. Also instantly activates Dominant Predator skill against an Hydra head when an ally is consumed by that head if Pack on the team. Now, right away, looking at all these skills, in my time of actually playing Raid and dealing with champions and the ones that actually have like partners to them, I think this is the first one I've come across where it's every single skill that you essentially want both champs to really take advantage of this. As I said for myself, I do not have Packmaster Shikami. I wasn't around for the fusion unless I actually go ahead and pull this champion. Then I actually feel like I'm missing out quite a bit, because skill 1, it's double damage if you've got him when counterattacking. Skill 2, you're going to be placing the leech and the weaken, and they actually cannot be resisted if he's on the same team. The 3 repeats the attack if he's on the same team, which ignores 50% of the target's defense. It's like good amount of damage coming out of there. And the passive. So I will say the passive is nice. It's kind of an answer to Hydra. They're letting you know, like, yes, build this champion, use it for Hydra. It's gonna make a lot of sense there. But as I said, looking at all of the skills together, it makes me sad I don't have Packmaster. And you know what? I do like the fact that, yes, it's a companion, but having it be like the doggo to him, I feel like kind of makes sense that every skill, like they're going hand in hand. This is his companion champion. And overall, reading the skills looks like a good champion that if you have Packmaster, I feel like it is a fusion that you almost have to go for, or really should go for. This does put me in a bit of a situation though, because I don't have him. So am I still gonna go ahead and get this champion? It's not to say he's bad on his own. Like, I like the fact you have attacking all enemies, ignoring the reflect damage, pain link, ally protection. Like, you definitely still get use out of this champion. However, I feel like I'm missing a huge part of what this champ can actually do, what Throatripper will be able to damage output everything without having Packmaster on the team. So for myself, that is a bit unfortunate. But for a legendary attack, I feel like the skills are actually pretty good. I will say it's kind of funny because what I've seen in the comments and what I've seen in my own clan is that people were actually hoping to skip this next fusion after coming off of some like Olin and then having other events and then going for the soul stones and everything. I know some people are like, oh, I just want to sit, I want to rest, skip this fusion, and then they brought this one out the dog when people are like, oh, I wanted to skip the next one, and now I feel like I have to go all in. But I will say majority of what I'm seeing is people are just saying, finally, like, I've been waiting for this and now it's here. It's time to actually go ahead and get it. So as I had said, I feel like it's one of the ones that you almost don't want to skip as long as you have Packmaster. Now, for me, the question I have, and I guess what I'll have to answer for myself, is do I go ahead, do this fusion, and just essentially hope that I do pull counterpart down the line and at some point I do summon? Now, I have pulled quite a bit of fusions actually, and it's funny, I get excited because I'm like, oh, I got this legendary, and then I find out that they were a fusion, and it's happened a few times. I've actually pulled quite a few fusions, but I will say I feel like without having Packmaster, I don't know how much use I would really get out of this champion. So I mean, this is kind of where you guys can chime in on it. Like, if you don't have Packmaster at this point, do we save from the next one? That's kind of what it feels like. It might make sense for me to skip this one up just because I don't have the other champ, but then it's like, watch me actually pull the other champion and then I didn't do this fusion. So that's definitely what I need to juggle and look at. But as I said, looking at these skills overall, I do feel like if you have Packmaster, this is going to be an amazing fusion to actually go ahead and get. I think it's going to be the answer to a lot of teams, and he really does bring in a lot in that companion. And it's not one of those companion fusions that you're like, oh, it's good, but you know, you have the companion, even better. This is one that's like, ooh, they really do kind of fit hand in hand, just looking at Throatripper skills. Now, this isn't me going ahead and looking at Packmaster's skills, but overall, I'm happy for you guys that have been waiting for this for a year. You've been asking for this fusion, and every fusion that comes out, I know you guys have been wondering and waiting and asking. So I'm super stoked, those of you that have been waiting, that it is finally here. If you download Raid Shadow Legends using my link, I'm actually going to start you off with the free legendary champion on day 1. And then at level 10, level 20, and level 30, you'll get yourself an epic. That is 4 amazing champions that you can get just by downloading using my link. So as I said, for myself, this will probably be a pass just because I don't have Packmaster, but I need you guys, comment down below, let me know your thoughts on this fusion, and be sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos, because who knows, maybe I will change my mind and do this. Or maybe I'll actually be able to pull Packmaster just before this happens, and it's gonna be a sign. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!